Alright, this is Dan with emergencyfoodwarehouse.com. We're doing more of the survival cave food, freeze-dried foods. What we've got here is polenta, and for those of you who don't know what it is, it's actually corn grits. Now this takes a while. We've already pre-measured out 6 cups of water here in the pan, and what we're supposed to be doing here is basically bringing that to a boil and then slowly adding in 2 cups of the corn grits. And then it takes about 30 minutes with us slowly stirring it and simmering it before those grits are all going to be done. So we're just going to start out with boiling the water. We'll probably come back to you when we start mixing in the grits, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, so here we are with the polenta, the corn grits. We're going to measure out. We've got our water boiling. I'm going to turn that up a little bit more. Keep it boiling. We're going to measure out 2 cups of this, which is what they say to use, which seems like it's going to be a lot of food here. Actually, 2 cups of this is going to take up most of the bag. Yeah, most of the bag. So I would imagine once we mix this in with the water, the 6 cups of water, we're going to get an awful lot of food here. Probably, you know, 6-8 servings or so, because again, this should be a 10-serving bag. And with the 2 cups of this and the 6 cups of water, I bet this is going to be a lot of grits. So they say to slowly mix this in with the boiling water. So honestly, you guys may laugh, but I've never made grits before. So we're going to slowly mix some of this in. And as it starts to boil, we'll probably have to turn the flame down a little bit. Oops. And for you folks out there with a little more experience with grits, feel free to leave a comment on the video on YouTube. Let us know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right, what you think, and we'll come on back to this. I'm going to have to keep on stirring this. It tells me that it takes approximately 30 minutes or so to go ahead and get this all cooked up. We're going to have to stir it pretty often so it doesn't get too stocked up and too packed together. And I guess we'll see in a little while when this is all done cooking. Alright, so with the grits, what we've got is we've got it simmering right now. They do recommend for additional flavoring that you mix in some butter and some salt. So we've got an 1/8 of a stick of butter here, or a 1/4 stick of butter. And I'm going to mix that in, let it all melt up. Just stir that in nice and thoroughly over the next 10-15 minutes or so. But that should melt out pretty quickly. And we'll add some salt. I don't really know how much to add, and I'm not a huge salt fan anyway. So we'll just add a little bit, stir it in, do a little bit more. It's definitely getting a lot thicker as the cornmeal hydrates. And I'm hoping this tastes a lot like cornbread. I don't know if it will or not. That's what it looked like in the pictures. But if it's like cornbread, that's something that both me and my son Matt enjoy. So hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, that's all that's left of the butter. So it's melting quickly. Alright, so now we're finishing up the polenta, which is the corn grits, and you'll see here some in the plate already. They recommend putting some butter for seasoning on it. It tastes a little bit bland without the butter. You can see how it looks in the pouch, and as you saw earlier in the video, the recommendation was to make, you know, with 6 cups of water, 3 cups or 2 cups of the corn grits. And look at how much food this actually made here. I mean, this is just that one serving that we did before. It's probably more like 7 servings, which is about, you know, 2/3 of the packet. but there's an awful lot of food here. I would assume this is going to be very filling. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit of taste test here. Just to make sure it tastes real good, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to get it clean where the butter is not, give you an idea, and then see how it tastes with a little bit of butter, maybe a little salt. Fairly bland, but definitely a corn flavor. Of course, it's corn grits. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually take some with the butter and maybe a little bit of salt on it. And we'll see how that goes. And of course, like anything, when you put butter on it, it tastes real good. So if you have the opportunity to have some butter in your storage, food storage, that would be a good thing. Not just for this, but for anything. It is perfectly edible and tasty without the butter. Just a little bit more bland. But if you're looking to get filled up, it would certainly do that for you. So again, that's the polenta from Survival Cave Food, and it's available in their freeze-dried buckets. Again, my name is Dan with Emergency Food Warehouse, and let us know what you think. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Thanks.